voice of Duke Nukem, and you're watching Tim's Tiny Arcade, mother effer.
Hello, this is Tim from Tim's Tiny Arcade, where today I'm going to take a quick walk through my game room and you guys can see what I have, because I've had a couple requests of people wanting to see what I have in my room, so let's go and take a quick walk through. Alright, so coming into my game room, over here I have a Minicade that I bought, and right next to it I have a Pandora 5, and this is where I spend a lot of time playing my games. I love this Minicade. It's got a lot of games loaded on it. Let me show you what we got on there. All right, so we got a complete collection of Super Nintendo games. You scroll down; they're all in alphabetical order. We also have on here these. This page here has 20 arcade classics. So it's just like, you know, some of your more popular arcade games are on this page. I have a Atari 2600 collection. Spent a lot of time on this one. I'm playing some tournaments on this one, so it's nice to have this. And this even has homebrew games on it. Then if I keep sliding to the right with the controller, I have a 7800 collection. Haven't spent as much time on this one. I have played a few games. Ms. Pac-Man, I enjoy playing that on here, and Robotron. I have a complete Game Boy collection. I have a complete Game Boy Color collection. What else we got here? We got the Sega Master System. The Game Boy Advance, as you can see. What I like about this thing is you can like click on a game and then they'll show you like a little video right there of what the game actually looks like. I have Game Gear. These are all complete collections. TurboGrafx. Love that I have this on here. I used to own the TurboGrafx and upset that I sold it, and I have not, you know, rebought one since, but it is nice that I can play a lot of the games I used to play on here. We have the Neo Geo Pocket. The Atari Lynx. And MAME. This was the main reason I ended up getting this, just for arcade. And it has got a ton of arcade games. Now it doesn't have everything, but it has a majority of the games. I like to play Donkey Kong on here a lot. But as you can see, as I scroll, there is just there's probably at least 1,000 main games on here, I'm gonna guess. So I can scroll for quite a long time, just in one letter. All right, let's see what else we got on here. This one also has a Simpsons page. So it's got a lot of the Simpson games on here. Street Fighter page. It's got several of the Street Fighters. And we got a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle page. And then here we got a lot of the shooting games on this page. If you like a lot of the, you know, the shooters, you can just come to this page and probably find about anything. And then we have the Mortal Kombat page. It has Mortal Kombat 2, 3, and Ultimate on this page. And then I have a complete Sega Genesis collection also. When I grew up, I didn't really play a lot of Sega Genesis, so this is awesome to have. Be able to play some games that, you know, I didn't play. And then a complete NES collection. I did grow up and I played quite a bit of the NES. That was one of the systems I owned. So I do spend a lot of time on this this page. And back to Super Nintendo. Then over here I have a Pandora 5. Yeah, and this system has like 999 games on it. I just got this monitor. I picked it up free at a garage sale. So I like that. It's got a lot of arcade games on it also. It's got a few that my Mini-K doesn't, you know, have. But yeah, it's a, end up getting this for about 170 bucks. I did a previous video on this system. I love the artwork on there of Street Fighter. Quick go through the games real quick. Just a quick look at the pages. There's 100 pages. It says some games I like to play on here. Juno First arcade game. Also like Ms. Pac-Man's Fast Ms. Pac-Man. I don't have that on my arcade machine, so I like to play that on here also quite a bit. Quick look. I mean, games just keep going and going. Between both these systems, I mean, we got about 4,500 games, I believe. Some of the artwork I've got in my game room. As you can see, I got a couple big Doom posters up there. And then I bought these box art covers. What's actually a poster of like box art. Different games. I got, you know, Contra, Super Contra, Berserk, Missile Command, Yars' Revenge. I still got two I need to add right in there. If you have any suggestions in the comments, you can leave them in there, because I'm still trying to figure out what games I want. Spider Fighter, Mega Man, River Raid, Dragster. And over here I've got some Pac-Man stuff. And down there, this is my Atari 2600 collection. All these current cartridges work. They've been tested. And that's kind of been my hobby here lately. Has been collecting Atari 2600 cartridges. And a couple signed things. Pitfall signed by David Crane, and a Keystone Capers I got signed there by Gary Kitchen. I met the voice actor of Duke Nukem. I also got a little marquee arcade I picked up, kind of like that for my game room. And then quickly over here, this is where I got some of my systems and a little TV hooked up. Got Pac-Man Space Invaders there, and then a little retro arcade machine there. It has a couple hundred games. I have a 6-switch Atari 2600 I just picked up with some controllers. PlayStation, the original, and then a slim PS2, and I have a little system here, the Retron 3. This is a Scout I just got picked up. I also have a Nintendo Mini that I was lucky enough to get, and down here a Flashback 8 Gold and a little Genesis game with some games built into it. Over here, this is where I do a lot of my more modern gaming. I have a Xbox One along with the Xbox 360, and down here I have the Super Trio 3 Plus, which I can play on the big screen. I can play my Super Nintendo, my Genesis, and NES games on there. And I also have a 4-switch Atari 2600. And then a couple little portables here. I have a 2 handheld systems. The white one there will play Genesis games, and then the black one will play Atari 2600 games, and on that one I've got that one fully loaded. Up above my TV, this is where I keep a lot of my games. You know, for my NES collection, Super Nintendo, and Genesis. I have a lot more NES than I do the other 2 systems, but this is just a work in progress. Trying to get those games filled back up. And then I got a lot of my Activision games right here for the Atari 2600. And a couple of the patches I earned when I was a kid, so those are pretty cool. Down below, I have a couple handhelds. The one there in the middle, the football one, baseball, and basketball one. That one will actually play on a TV, which is pretty cool. Got the Art of Atari. And over here, these are some handhelds from my childhood that I kept. And actually, they were kept at my parents' house, and I picked them up a few years ago. Thought it was awesome that they still had them. Down there, I have a couple. That's a couple like discs for the 3DO, which I used to own, and then really haven't started my collection of PlayStation, the original PlayStation yet, so only got like 1 game there. Down here, I also have a few Game Boy games that I can play actually on the Super Game Boy on my Super Retro Trio 3 Plus. And then over here, this section here, I took this closet and got pops up top that I was collecting. Put myself an Atari poster in there and stuff, and I actually put a TV in there. And down there I have a Atari Junior there on the bottom left, and a Nintendo 64. But in here I can play some games also. This is where I play a lot of my Atari 2600 games, even though I have I can play it on my big screen on the 4-switch. But just picked that up, and also got this little couch right there that I can, you know, sit there and play the games. So that's kind of my game room. Also, let me forget, also I have, this is where I keep a lot of my more modern games. Right there, I got some PlayStation games in there, 360, and then some Xbox One games. Oh, I don't want to forget this also. A couple more Atari 2600 games. Those are the M Network cartridges. They're a pain to stack, so I got a little holder for them and just tucked them here in the corner. But anyway, this is my game room. This is where I like to hang out a lot and play games. It's always a work in progress. I'll continue to keep searching for stuff because I love collecting for games, even though I have a lot of this stuff on, like behind me on these barcades. You know, a lot of the games, I still love collecting the cartridges. You know, it's the hunt of finding them. So anyway, thank you for watching, and until next time, we'll talk to you later.